Tensions rise in Coronation Street next week as Carla Barlow, Allison King, and Bobby Crawford, Jack Carroll, face increasing pressure over their desperate scheme to secure Roy Cropper's, David Nielsen, freedom. With Roy still behind bars for a crime he insists he didn't commit, their deception begins to unravel, leaving them at risk of being exposed. Roy Cropper's wrongful imprisonment has shaken the residents of Weatherfield, but no one has been more determined to clear his name than Carla and Bobby. While Carla has always been fiercely protective of Roy, it was Bobby who took drastic action to help, providing Detective Sergeant Lisa Swain, Vicky Myers, with a false statement. In a bold move, Bobby claimed he had witnessed a mysterious man leaving Lauren Bolton's, Kate Fitton, flat, the same location where the young woman vanished under suspicious circumstances. His fabricated testimony was meant to cast doubt on Roy's involvement and push the police towards a different suspect. Initially, Carla was hesitant about Bobby's underhanded approach. She understood the risks involved, especially when it came to misleading the authorities. However, as she saw Roy suffer in prison and with no other viable leads to clear his name, she eventually relented, telling Bobby they had to do whatever it takes to save him. Next week, Roy allows himself a rare moment of optimism. After learning about Bobby's statement, he believes this new evidence could be a turning point in his case. Speaking with a prison officer, he shares his hope that the claim of a mysterious man seen at Lauren's flat will lead to his release. Meanwhile, solicitor D.D. Bailey, Chanique Sterling Brown, is doing everything in her power to secure Roy's bail. In court, she passionately argues that the statement about the unknown man should be enough to cast doubt on the charges against him. But despite her best efforts, the judge remains unconvinced. The courtroom setback is devastating for Roy, but Dee refuses to let him lose hope. She visits him in his cell, reassuring him that the fight isn't over. She informs him that the police plan to stage a reconstruction of Lauren's last known moments, which could bring fresh evidence to light and ultimately help prove his innocence. Later, Roy places a tense phone call to Carla from prison. His voice is serious as he insists that they need to talk about Bobby's statement. Throughout his time in prison, Roy has remained steadfast in his honesty. He has always been a man of integrity, and the idea of someone lying, especially on his behalf, goes against his principles. If he has realized that Bobby fabricated his claim, he may feel deeply conflicted. But what will he do next? Will he confront Carla and Bobby, demanding they come clean? Or will he be forced into an impossible dilemma, stay silent, and risk being complicit in their deception, or expose the truth and jeopardize his own chance at freedom? Carla has always been known for her steely determination and willingness to bend the rules when necessary, but even she must know they are walking a dangerous line. If Roy figures out the deception and refuses to play along, Bobby's false statement could backfire catastrophically. Not only could it damage Roy's credibility in court, but Bobby himself could face legal consequences for perjury. Additionally, D.S. Swain, who has been skeptical of Roy's innocence from the start, may see this as confirmation that Roy and those around him are willing to manipulate the investigation. With the police set to conduct a reconstruction of the night Lauren disappeared, the stakes are higher than ever. If Bobby's claim about seeing a strange man holds up under scrutiny, it could strengthen Roy's case. But if the investigation leads to inconsistencies in Bobby's statement, it could collapse the entire defense effort. Meanwhile, Carla must brace herself for the possibility that Roy may not stay silent. If he confronts Bobby or even confesses the truth to Dee, their entire plan could come crashing down. As Coronation Street continues to unravel this gripping storyline, several pressing questions remain. Will Roy call out Bobby's lie? Or will he be forced to go along with the deception to secure his freedom? Can Carla keep Bobby under control? Or will his guilt cause him to crack under pressure? How will D.S. Swain react if she discovers the truth? Will this make her even more convinced that Roy is guilty? Could the upcoming reconstruction reveal vital evidence that finally proves Roy's innocence? Or will it only make things worse? With emotions running high and time running out, Carla and Bobby's scheme hangs in the balance. One wrong move could cost Roy everything, and as the truth inches closer to the surface, Coronation Street fans are bracing for an explosive showdown.